Yeah, so this is the course that if you guys watched the Super Mario Maker Invitational, if you didn't check it out, we've got that up on our Nintendo YouTube. But this is the course that we played in the first round. So all
I played this level, chat. I played this level.
All the courses for the Invitational created by folks in the Treehouse, which I'm lucky to be a member of. And I was one of those folks. But actually, a gentleman named Ethan Dill created this course. But I helped playtest it quite a bit. So I feel like I have the authority to talk about it behind the scenes. So I'm just playing through the start. The start's pretty simple. We've got a couple question mark blocks. We've got a super mushroom there. We've got a
very large fish.
Fish
Something else that I noticed here is that mushrooms bounce between enemies now.
You gotta have a slope right out of the gate. And then an exclamation mark block, which you can see that there's no way to hit it from underneath, so I need to ground pound it. And right there, that's how I would get out of this area. But like I said, we're not here to play through this course necessarily. We're going to get under the hood. So let's hop into Maker mode. And one thing right off the bat, I'm going to tap the right thumbstick here, and I can actually zoom out into this view mode, which is really cool for sort of when you're making and
that was really cool.
You know, hopping between making and playing, getting sort of a bird's eye view of a course. So really simple course right here.
I got to play with that. The zoom is so nice. It's going to be good for like the art levels.
Zoom back in here. I'm going to hop into this. Just going to show off this fish in the box. Go ahead and grab that out. Obviously, like in Mario Maker, to put an enemy in a, you can just slide it into the question mark block. But whereas you would change an enemy status by shaking it in Mario Maker, and this time you actually just tap and hold, and that will give me all of my options there. So you can see that one already has a mushroom on there. I'm going to go ahead and add
when I did get to play a little bit, I tried shaking some of the enemies, and it didn't do anything.
Are something that you'll get when you place enemies, other course
that's good to know for
It's really handy if you don't quite remember off the top of your head what options you have for a particular part. Instead of having to use a little bit of trial and error, you just tap and hold, see that menu, and all of your options are going to be laid out right there.
I'm going to change that to a fire flower for reasons that will become clear in a moment. So we actually also had some Twitter polls about this course. Maybe you guys saw that, maybe you did not. We had people vote on what we're going to add to this course, because one of the things about this course is that we didn't make it super hard because we wanted the players to get through it pretty quickly without dying too much. So before I add the clear pipes, though, I'm going to show off really quickly how this exclamation mark block works. So let me just put a pipe there so I can stand on it. So if I were underneath it, it would dole out one at a time. And again, if I'm on top,
something else that I like is the perspective shift.
You can see when I'm in Maker mode
between Maker and Play.
What exactly doles out?
So everybody notices that, but it's pretty cool. So it's kind of like 2.5D
staircase.
And what's interesting with this course part, on top of the fact that you can make yourself some really interesting platforms for Mario to jump along, you can actually do some interesting things with those blocks as they extend, pushing something else in the environment to a different location, possibly even blocking your way if you're not careful. So there's a lot of creativity as far as how you path that object.
I'm actually going to take this thing all the way to the top.
Oh my gosh.
Which, maybe not all the way, but it just feels really good. Check this out. And I'm going to actually need to get out of this course, so let's move that pipe that I need to right there. That should work. I'm a sucker for aesthetic, so I have to fill this in even though it's not critical. And I'm going to use a lot of ground blocks. So you can see on the top of my all of my course elements and parts at the top, that's sort of filling in what I've used most recently, but I can tap and hold, and that pins that to my toolbar. So I will now have ground blocks whenever I need them. Fill that in, make that look nice.
That's incredibly handy, especially if you're trying to get to something really quickly and you're reusing that item.
So I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm tapping minus to hop between make and play. If you're familiar with Mario Maker, you know that, but if not, very important. So let's just make sure that that works. Yep, that'll work.
That's good.
All right. And now it's time to add what the winner of our Twitter poll was. We had 3 options for this one.
So poll 1.
Yeah, poll 1. I had the option of adding Boom Boom, Clear Pipe, or a Bully. I did not expect Clear Pipe to win, but it did.
Clear Pipe?
Let's add some Clear Pipes.
Oh, this is really cool. I like how they show a little bit of the Clear Pipe's capabilities.
Glass, and that gives me these
I do want to know, like, if can Bowser go in a Clear Pipe?
Right and left between. I've got items, enemies. I've got gizmos, and you can see. Actually, something I really like is that someone who works in localization, we actually can see the names of all the parts as you're selecting them. Like if you're not quite sure what to call it, it'll just tell you right there.
Yeah, I love this dial system. It's so user-friendly and accessible, and you visually see what you're selecting.
There's that clear pipe I'd like right there. So I had this idea. I was actually talking to Ethan.
Yo, Davis, welcome back for 34 months. Thank you very much for 34
again,
months.
I didn't necessarily expect it to win. And what I'm going to do is actually, so check this out.
Beautiful.
So I've got this clear pipe sort of surrounding the exclamation point block. I'm going to get rid of these Goombas for now because I don't need those guys
I like
around.
that you can put
and I'm going to
enemies on top of coins as well. Like that's something that's really cool.
And set him.
And I don't think you could do that in the original
on top of that block
one.
that I need to get to. Let's see what happens now if I go into play mode.
Like each space had its own.
That's a little dangerous.
Like you could only put one thing.
Coaster.
Yeah. So now to hit that block, I actually need to. Oh,
nice work.
Well, why have just a regular size Spiny when you could have a? Let me tap that guy.
Big boy Spiny.
Big guy.
But why?
I think that'll still work. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That poor little guy's kind of getting a little dizzy in there.
Yep. But actually, let's actually wipe out this clear pipe. I promise there's a reason I'm doing this. Actually, let me pin that clear pipe too so I have it. So let's actually add 2. Whoa.
What's interesting that we showed off during our first segment with Super Mario Maker 2 as well, on top of being able to use these clear pipes to get yourself around, get enemies around, you can actually toss fireballs in there as well. So it really is worth experimenting with this course part. There's some really interesting things you can do as far as getting a whole bunch of stuff moving in a course at one time.
I'm actually going to go back to my original plan because I actually liked how that felt. And yeah, I want to show off that that fireball you just mentioned. So what I'm going to do now, so actually this looks like it's totally playable. I've already tested that going up to the pipe. Let me just zoom out.
Looks
we'll
good.
Another section of the course.
It's beautiful.
We'll get to that
I
later.
think it's actually playable right now. So I'm going to actually tap, not tap minus, but I'm going to press and hold minus.
Oh.
And that will allow me to play the course from the start as if it were brand new, which is important for getting the timing right of everything sort of loading into the course properly. So let's go ahead and grab that fireball we mentioned. Slide down. And now I could work on that timing if I want, or I think I can just go like this.
That looks pretty cool.
Oh, this is
I thought they might take him out, but I think they actually have to be in the
fireballs don't hit stuff in the clear pipes. They just kind of like
you know what? Let's get out of here. This is
between
already
each
too
other.
crazy. Maybe I didn't need these fireballs after all, but it works.
Iteration is what Super Mario Maker is all about.
Yeah.
So you trial and error, you see how things work. And that was actually a big part of the development process of the invitational courses. Folks in Treehouse working on them, adjusting them, but then you always need fresh eyes to try them out and see, okay, how's this working as far as difficulty curve?
We play tested these courses so many times. So right away, you drop into the second part of the course, and this is kind of where the invitational really got exciting because the players would pop out of this and they'd have an immediate left or right choice. And if they were paying attention to that first exclamation mark block, the reason that we made you ground pound it so you couldn't hit it from the bottom is that so if you're paying attention, you would immediately start doing this to advance more quickly. But if you were just to tap the bottom, it suddenly becomes a lot trickier. And although Abdallah won in Mario Maker Invitational, the Dragon Feeny actually had the fastest time on the first course. And I went back and looked at the replay of her run. And the reason that she made up I think she beat him by about 30 seconds is on this section, she immediately started ground pounding. She didn't miss a beat, remembering that you can ground pound to get up this section more quickly.
That's right.
Oh my god, that's me.
And not that he didn't do that as well, but she just really took straight to it. And the players that didn't complete this section, Yellow Killer Bee and the Completionist, they actually didn't quite get up this section as quickly as you can see.
I did find it really interesting that everybody took the right-hand path.
I feel so special.
Choose your own adventure
so
situation.
I got a chance to talk with Morgan for quite a bit. So the guy in the video here, and he's really nice. Like
the other side is a little trickier.
I was honored to meet him. I got to talk to him a little bit about what he does at Nintendo, and it's just really.
You can see that we've got these.
He's real nice.
Blinking blocks, and those blinking blocks don't require any kind of. I can't even show them. I said it was easy to get to them, but I couldn't even get to them. So. These blinking blocks are just sort of blinking in and out of the course on a regular timer. You can hear the sound cue, and then you've got to do it quick enough to do.
Yeah, this was definitely a challenging area for the invitational.
Sideways, and those actually can kill you. I think some people watching the stream, nobody died on those, and they were like, will they hurt you? They will if they pin you right against the wall.
It's cool that sideways
this is actually a pretty challenging course, so I'm sort of thinking how to make this course more accessible to people who maybe
you die.
We actually saw some of our competitors really couldn't get up this very easily. So I want to show how quickly or how simple change you can make and change the mechanics only by changing a course theme. So for this is in the sub area of the course. I'm going to change it to forest.
And of course, vertical sub areas being something else that's new to Super Mario Maker 2. it is really interesting the way you can build up these courses when you have so much more verticality to play with.
Yeah, and you can even see that it says, it just told me there, if you switch to forest, you can add water, and that is exactly what I'm going to do.
Sideways
So
swamps
over
are
here
just
to the
like
left,
skewers.
I've got
No,
this water
skewers
level,
don't like squish
and
you.
at the bottom, I can,
it's kind of like a
I
block
can start both
coming
the
in
starting,
and just
the start of
squishing
the
you.
water, and then the high, that dotted one is sort of the high water mark. I'm going to take that all the way to the top.
Oh, this is really cool. I like how
he
added the water. Like it's really cool.
And I've also got this arrow, so I can tap it. If I tap that, the water will go to that point and then all the way back down. I just want it to fill the room completely. And if I tap and hold, I can change the speed at which the water will fill. I'm gonna go. Let's see how double speed works. And what this is going to do is, once I come into this room, I can obviously start. If I'm sort of going for speed, I could start. Oh, I'm already behind.
He's not going for speed.
I'm already behind. So what's nice is it can actually fill the room. So a better player might be able to sort of stay ahead of the water. There we go. Now I can get a little lead on the water. Oh no, I'm still too slow.
So
but this is allowing a player that couldn't handle these jumps to much more slowly, but quite easily beat the course, but not nearly as quickly as somebody who had those more advanced platforming skills. And that's just a really neat way that you can sort of use these new... No.
Back to swimming.
No. And I just love that because, you know, if we'd had this water in this for the Invitational, like, it would have probably been too easy, but certainly no one would have gotten bogged down right there.
Yeah, it definitely makes it possible for you to make something where if somebody wants to have a sort of time challenge and have a race, they could get through that much faster, but nobody's going to be left behind entirely.
Yeah. This is the Koopa Troopa car section, which I'm just going to... The car is so crazy. People are going to have so much fun making courses for this. We had to playtest this thing so much to make it so the player had to use the car. We didn't want them to be able to cheat by jumping out of the car.
It was really cool.
And I'm just going to
like, it was a really cool part of the level.
But one thing I did want to show off... So I'm going to hop right back over to it. The car actually can brake. So
I love the music. The music is so
I made that look easy because I've played
exciting.
it several times. But if you don't
Did I
quite
one-shot
understand
this?
how the car
Almost.
works,
I had a little
right
hiccup
so
where
right there,
I
those spikes would
didn't
actually take
trust
me out.
the arrows.
If I had lost my car at some point.
So if you had bumped it into, say, like the ground environment.
Yeah. So we have a reset door here. So if you had lost your car here, you could hop back in.
That's actually one place where the trampolines are really useful. If you want to build a course and have surfaces the car's not going to get damaged on, it'll bounce safely off trampolines.
Yeah. And so this car, let me find a wall I can crash into. We took out most of the walls, actually, so that you can't break the car because we didn't want the players to get bogged down. But
so
if I go to the end here...
There you go. You can see a little bit of the car.
I ran into that.
I'm going to show off those 3
I ran
hit
into
points.
that spike
and
as well.
And now the P-switch that was triggered way over to the right, you actually can't quite get through this without the car.
Did you notice the long jump there, chat?
Because
I mean,
we wanted
the car,
yeah,
you can long jump, and it's real
somebody
cool.
probably could, but we wanted you to sort of need the car. All right, so let's hop through there since I already did that once. All right, and I didn't have the car in this moment, but the car cannot go into pipes. You could take the car into that warp block we just came out of, but I'm going to go ahead and head in this pipe, which I could not have taken the car through, even if I'd wanted to.
When I was talking to them afterwards, they were like, you didn't take the car into the warp block. That's disrespect.
And you're like, dude, I need your car.
It's true. It's so true. Okay, so this is the next section. This section is really simple. I actually love the forest theme, what it made this section look like. That tree just looks really neat.
The background's beautiful, too.
And the only way to advance in this section is to climb up here, grab the super
Cat
bell, and turn into
Mario!
Cat Mario. And now that I am Cat Mario, I can, it adds a whole other new gameplay style, mechanic, which is climbing walls. So I could quickly climb out of here. But this section was so sort of basic that we, again, had a Twitter poll asking how could we make this more exciting. We had 3 options for this one. If you guys voted, you saw that we could have Hop Chops, Piranha Creeper, or Bonsai Bill. And Piranha Creeper won, which is exciting for me because it fits the aesthetic of this
Yellow frog suit?
So
it's not a frog suit. I know.
So Piranha Creepers, similar to the
I can
exclamation mark
confirm there
blocks,
is no
you kind of
frog
control,
suit.
You as the creator control like how they dole out. So I'm gonna put this guy over here, have him kind of come over and peek at me just as I come out of the pipe. I'm gonna actually do the same thing over here. A little bit different on that one. Oops, I didn't quite attach him.
Something that I thought was cool actually about the piranha creepers is that if they're in the air, they don't fall to the ground like most enemies. They're just kind of like hang out wherever they're placed.
And they actually kind of, I kind of like that they actually kind of guide me. I'm like, this tree feels safe. Let's go up there. And then from here, I could actually, I think if I time it right, I can probably jump over him and then up the wall. Oh, I didn't quite make it.
Close.
That's tight.
Or I could just take him out. You can kill these things too. But if I tap and hold, you can also do blue.
The blue ones.
Creepers.
The blue ones are really cool.
Is extend out.
They go and then they sleep.
And just kind of hang out.
And I think the sound, it's almost like they're sleeping. You hear a little snoring sound?
So let's change those back to purple. It's a little bit more exciting.
They sleep.
I'm gonna make this one not so difficult. Since one thing I was doing, we'll have it, I should be able to now climb up, grab the cat suit, wait for him to go down, climb up, ooh, and get past there.
Nice.
He's very good with the cat suit. I'm not going to edit this
section. I'm just going to
He's also had a lot of practice.
Really cool mechanic
with
here, though. You have to wait for the snake block to fill over, to cover up. Oh, no!
This was the part that also got the players at the Invitational, too. It was a little bit challenging to traverse both sides.
If I jump to the left, I'll hit those springs.
Afterwards, they asked why we didn't take the blue side, because the blue side was faster, and we were all kind of like, oh.
This was a speedrun competition. You gave them two options, the blue and the green snake block. So the green one is going to move a little bit more slowly, going to give you a bit more time to land those jumps. But if you really want to go for a faster time and you want to take the extra risk, you go with the blue side, it's going to go faster for you.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, no!
Oh, no! Why would I do that? Why would I do that?
No.
I'm stubbornly going to actually do it instead of cheating. Wait for it. Cover those up and over and up and over.
You bet he coded the cat suit? No, he didn't.
I'm cheating. I'm cheating. I'm sorry, Ethan.
How is blue faster? The blue one moves faster. The green one moves slower.
Let's see how the players
The blue one is
that.
faster.
Because we have a really important thing to do this last section. So last section has these two jumps, kind of challenging jumps, up to the big finish. Hit that on-off switch actually changes the trajectory of those. And where that would take me is I'd go into that exclamation mark block, it would drop me at the goal pole, and I'm done. But that's a very simple ending, and we wanted to have a
He jumps so high and so far.
Yeah,
he does.
Open air to play with
3D World Mario is like
super
OP.
As quick as I can.
You would probably win in a jumping contest between all of the Marios.
There. I'm actually going to use this warp block.
And this is where we get into our final poll result.
Yep. I'm going to do some, I love it because I can do this zoomed out mode and I can do some hardcore sort of bird's eye view editing. I can't add new parts when I'm in this zoomed out mode, but I can grab blocks like this and then copy those to help fill these big swaths of course really quickly, which is, whoop, bye-bye. And I don't even have to worry that I'm grabbing the exact amount I want. I'm just sort of, you know, it'll fill in what's not filled in. Okay, I've got my, that's there. I've got a nice big open space. Zoom back in so I can actually change parts. We're gonna tap these guys in and out.
Beautiful.
Quickly give me some ground here.
That's super handy. It is. It's really cool that you can
make it look nice
edit
and pretty
from afar like that.
All right, so I want you to actually have to defeat our boss. So first of all, who are we gonna add? We had 3 choices.
So our Twitter poll result, I believe, we want a big Meowser.
So
big kitty cat Meowser.
Big Meowser. Here is big Meowser.
Nice.
Here is big flying Meowser. And I actually want you to have to defeat him. So I'm going to change this to
if I did see it.
Key warp block. And of course, we're going to need a key to activate that. So let's grab that. Drop it in, attach it to Meowser. And if I'm going to defeat Meowser, I'm going to need some help. So I'm going to give myself a pipe with some, to make sure I have a persistent
You know, those are really nice pipes.
Flowers. And I would love to see more of that Koopa Troopa card. So let's give Big Meows are a few buddies. I might be putting those for my own benefit, not Bowser. We'll see. Let's see how this works.
Oh, they're sleeping.
They're sleeping. Wake up,
Not
dudes.
anymore.
Wake up. Give me one of those cars.
And-
oh my.
So Meowser, when he's got wings, has some really interesting attack patterns as well. So
He
we
does
might
some
see
really
him
cool
go
stuff
through a
with
few of
wings.
those here.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm crashing one car into another.
There he goes.
I really like that the cart can lose a wheel.
Not today.
I need another car.
Like it's got visible damage, which I think is cool.
Is he gonna do his ability?
And I also like that you can jump
There
on
it
is.
Bowser with
No,
it. You
I got a
can't
car,
run into
fire.
him, but you can jump on him. Kitty cat Bowser!
I need another fire. Where is it? Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
He's a little burly.
Yeah, he is.
Oh no.
Oh, grab fire flower. Go back.
The car!
Oh.
No!
Oh my gosh. I was
The
about to say,
death.
Morgan, you're running out of cars, but
I know.
you just ran out of lives.
I think we have time for one more try.
I
though.
really love
more
that the Koopas take
They're gonna
naps
cut
in
me
their
off the stream,
cars.
and I'm just gonna be playing this on the stage persistently for the next like hour, and ruin the whole stream.
Oh. It's absolute madness and chaos.
Oh.
Get him.
What's up now?
Nice.
Big Meowser.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna be smart. Get my. Oh.
Oh, he followed
Oh
you.
my gosh.
Current game, I
Jump out
think
of
it was
my
100 bits. Meowser only in 3D World.
Back in my car. Back in my car.
Oh, no,
Back in my
He
car.
also has fireballs.
My car has no wheel in the front. This is,
It's so good. You got 3 wheels. You can make this work with 3 wheels.
Oh my gosh.
everything's fine.
Oh my gosh, Morgan.
Go get a
Everything's
flower!
fine.
Just everything's on fire, but it's fine.
This is so beautiful. Why is this game
Yeah,
so
really good. You can do
heckin'
some fireballs.
gorgeous?
But this is actually without the car. It's actually giving me a chance to show off. This is what's cool about the 3D World style is it's 2D 3D World, but there's all these sort of effects that. Oh yeah!
Yes.
Good job.
Got my key.
You got a
Give me
little
that.
firework display too.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I got
done,
really
sir.
excited.
No, dude, that was awesome.
We're probably way behind now, but I don't care. I
That's
defeated
all
Big
right.
Flying Meowser. Hopefully that showed you guys a way that we took a course that we designed to be a little bit easier. Maybe not a lot of enemies. We added a boss fight. We made one of those parts that's really tricky, easier to get up. Showed off some of the maker tools. Yeah, I could go on all day, but I'm probably out of time.
And we also made this interactive because of the poll, so we had
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks if you guys voted on the polls, and thanks if you watched
I had
the
a lot of fun watching.
Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational. If you want to see this course in action, go back and check that out.
And some other really fun courses as well that were
Yeah.
in there. The finale's pretty
Yes.
intense. And that is about all the time we've got today. But Morgan and Teresa, thanks so much for coming up and hanging out.
Yeah.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed that. Please stay tuned. We're going to be coming back in a real quick break with some Deus Ex Machina. So please stay tuned.
Very nice, very nice. That was good. That was good. I'm glad we got to watch that one. There was a lot of really cool stuff shown. Your girl Fiend got a shout out, and yeah, we want to watch the next one. We can watch the next one.
Hey everybody, welcome back
All right,
to
this is
Nintendo
part 3.
Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Sam, joined by my colleagues Morgan, Sam, second Sam from the Treehouse, and Teresa.
Hi, guys.
And we are back to show you a little bit more of Super Mario Maker 2. Last segment, we took a pretty good look at the Super Mario 3D World course style, had some
Yep.
fun in there. This time around, Morgan, you're going to show us some of the new stuff that's been added to jazz up the classic game styles.
Yeah, we're gonna show off some of the other styles, some of the themes, and
This
most
one's so
there's 4
good.
of us on stage.
This
so that
one's
we're
really
gonna play
cool 'cause
this
they show
course
off a lot
4-player
of the
local once we
co-op.
finish finishing it off. So right off the bat, I just wanted to show some. This is the original Super Mario Brothers style with some slopes. Already looks kind of crazy.
Yeah, brand new. And even like a squatting Mario sprite,
Yeah.
a small Mario sprite is something that's really
You
interesting
can
for this.
see, I get a little bit of momentum.
He ducks.
And if I run, I can really get some speed going on these slopes. But, you know, if you're going to be sliding down a hill, I think we need some snow.
Let's see
Ducking
it.
small Mario. Heck yeah.
Oh, so pretty.
Hey.
So good.
Oh, I'm getting a little bit more slide. But I feel like butt sliding, especially icy butt sliding, is best done in Super Mario World style.
Sure. Cool Magic, thanks for
So
the
that
11 months.
snow for the
Nice.
Super Mario Brothers theme is something that's newly added to the game. That design, all of that art is brand
It's
new.
so cute.
That's right. So I'm going to go over here, and all I'm going to do is press down. I'm going to duck.
The bangers. Civil Pain, thanks for that new sub. And Bunizzle, thanks for the prime 5 months.
Pretty good.
Nice.
And that just feels good. No other inputs. I'm just sliding. And you can
I
see where
love
that
it.
on-off
Oh, I'm
switch
so
is where I
excited
ended
for
up
all
my
the new
slide.
music
So
that we
keep
get.
that in mind.
So good.
Let's go back up to the top. But, you know, we've been playing with Mario all day.
Look at that angry
So
sun up there.
what do
He's
you guys
so
think?
mad.
Change it up?
Yeah, I
go
would
for
say
it.
so.
Let's see someone else.
One of the neat things you can do is in settings is just change your character. So we've got Mario, Luigi, Toad, Toadette. You guys have a...
Let's go with Toadette.
Toadette.
Sounds good.
All right,
I'm in.
unanimous. And that's not going to change the physics of my... of how I play. It's just going to change
Look at
how
that
I look.
adorable Super Mario World Toadette.
I know, isn't that cool?
So worth mentioning, this won't affect story mode. In story mode, you are Mario trying to rebuild the
Yeah,
castle, but
right.
it is so cool that when you're here as a maker and then trying out the stuff that you've made, you have this extra variety and getting to see how all these characters look in all the game styles
gonna-
is really fun.
That's exactly right. It is really fun. It just gives you a little extra, you know, good vibe.
Nighttime! Yay.
So I'm going to change it to night. And
Nice.
what that's going to do is, at night, in the snow theme, things get slipperier. So again, I'm going to
What's
do
up, new dog?
Yes.
Hey!
Look at him, buddy.
I'm
He's
gonna
so happy.
He is. He's just like, just flying by.
Don't mind me.
So I'm going to do that same thing I did again. Just press down. And pay attention to where I end up
good
having slid
slides.
to.
Perfect.
Toadette
It's
ducks.
almost like you planned it.
Yeah, maybe. But that just shows how you can, just by changing the tonight, suddenly
Right.
you've got this whole different mechanic at play. Which
And I
is,
like the twinkly Super Mario World
Lullaby?
music. Yeah.
So this is we're going to show this off on-off switches. This is the simplest application.
The on-off switch is an incredibly versatile course part, though. It's really interesting the variety of situations you can build up just using this one piece.
I'm going to need a way to trigger that one.
You almost had
How
enough
exciting.
momentum to get up there.
Almost. Not quite. Actually, maybe, but we're going to go with a way to trigger this on-off switch, which is pipe. We're going to need some way to trigger it. How about a Koopa? And you know what? Let's change the color of the pipe. So tap and hold.
And just see there are arrows on the different pipes. So besides this being a color choice, which can be cool if you're color coordinating a course, those arrows are actually representing how fast whatever you put in there is going to trigger.
That's
I
exactly right. So let's go with
really
red, which
like
has
how
the,
they have the options of the
And
things
that's
that
cool.
you
That's
can
new for
do.
Super Mario Maker 2. That
Two
that
course
variable
elements,
wasn't
like if you
something that
tap
could
and
control
hold
before.
on the pipe,
Koopa Troopa party!
Oh
that
my
menu
God.
comes up and you can
Probably
change
too
it from
many,
there.
So I'm going to go with
And it's
blue,
not like
which
in
is
Mario
the
Maker 1
slowest.
where you have to kind of like
And
click
that'll
and
give you
drag
one at a
things to
time. And let's
test
go back
it.
over here because I would actually have already turned that on, which means this
No
one would
more
be
shaking.
off. Wait for this guy.
I know, I've
Get
tried.
that going.
I don't know, he seems lonely. I feel
Shaking
like
does nothing.
the red pipe, he had his whole family with him.
All right.
It was a beautiful
Nice.
thing.
So we're through there. All right. So what more on-off switches? Okay, I'm really obsessed with on-off switches, and I think a lot of people at home are going to be.
Yeah.
Made this section just to show how you can kind of add on-off switches to more of a sort of a speed run style.
So
Nice
good.
pacing.
Oh, you got that little pokey looking snowman back there.
Yeah, that's one of the little background elements. So that felt great, but I want there to be a sort of a B route, an easier way that if someone doesn't want to do that, or when we're playing 4-player, I don't know that we'll be able to do all that at the same time.
Yo, Sid
We
Hoffman,
can
thank you
try.
for the
You're
prime
already
12
anticipating
months.
the chaos that's
I am.
about to happen.
I'm
So
happy
I'm just
that you're
flipping
happy.
through my menus here. What I'm looking for is this snake block.
Hey.
We're going to put one of those down here. Snake block starts off as 4 blocks. I can actually make it a little, let's make it a 6. How's that look?
That's
6?
good.
6 wide. And similar
I think it's
to,
7 wide now. Nice.
well, 7's fine. So I'm going to make it go straight over here and then start winding its way up, kind of like a staircase over here.
I'm very excited for like all the remake castle levels.
But you could actually change the speed
Mario
of the
World?
snake block if you wanted to, right?
That's true. Very good point. I could. It's green right now, so if I were to drop onto it in green, it starts moving. And if I tap, hold, blue,
I like how angry they are.
oh yeah, we're
Got a
cruising
motor.
now.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? We're going to be playing this 4-player.
With 4 people, that might be a little too challenging for us.
I
we'll
mean,
go back to green.
the safest bet is green,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And I'm actually going to attach a sound effect to it as well. Let's bust out
Look at all
some
those sound
overriding it.
effects.
Let's put one of these. Let's put this Mario 64 music on. It matches my shirt, so
I love this
I'm gonna
part of the
attach-
customization. This is so fun.
I'm gonna attach that to there. So when we get to that point, we
I'm
should
so
be
excited.
jamming.
For
at
all the
that
new
point.
music and sounds
Give it a
and
test.
I'm gonna wait for that 4-player. I'm gonna take the high road again.
Oh, okay.
We'll do that. We'll do that on the 4 of us.
All right.
But we got a new part to show off.
Yeah.
All right. That is the swinging claw. You can see again. I cannot.
Rick, thank you for the 3 home
Oh,
runs.
but you're
I'm
still
so
in night
excited.
mode, so yeah,
Mario
it's
Maker 2 is going to be
remarkably slippery.
10 out of 10.
It is. It really is. And I want to stay above that slipperiness, so I'm just going to jump, and these claws will just grab you. Jump out. You don't have to do anything to have it grab you.
The
And then if I don't touch the
claw.
stick, it just kind of hangs out there, unmoving. And then I can start to back and forth, build up some momentum, jump, jump. Ooh,
Nice. Also, I can't believe you play 2D Mario with the stick.
I know. Well, I've been going back and forth. I've got this crazy Magic Koopa box so that I can use touch controls while we're streaming.
Right.
I could be also creating with the Pro Controller if I wanted to. Both work great. I'm just sort of in touch control mode right now. So these claws are great, but I don't know. Should we make this section harder? Right now, it's sort of bare bones.
Yeah, and you've really only shown off one of the things that the hanging claw can do.
Yeah.
We've got some other possibilities.
Yeah. So let me zoom out really quick, too. I just clicked the right stick, and that allows me to sort of see at a glance. See, there's nothing else going on. It's kind of sparse. Let's add some enemies, because what happens when you add an enemy to a claw? Let's go with somebody simple right off the bat. How about a... Moles love snow, right?
Sure.
So that'll just hold on to the enemy until I get close enough. Woo!
It's like an evil claw machine game.
Yeah,
He has to deal with the slipperiness, too. Look at that.
And
He
he's
can't
just
turn
sliding around too.
around. So that's a good first enemy. Let's actually embiggen him.
Nice.
I don't know. What do you guys think for the
How's he
second claw?
modifying the level?
We
They have a special
do
dock.
Boom Boom.
Maybe a power up in one of those because you're going to need something at some point.
And
Okay.
That is
biggin,
true.
yes.
Okay, we'll do boom boom.
And
Big boom
biggin.
boom.
I think
Oh yeah.
the power up was for us, not for Boom Boom.
Right.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. One more. How
He's
about
the mad
Wiggler?
lad.
Everybody like
All
Wiggler?
right.
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
know.
Wiggler's the
Wiggler.
Big
And
Wiggler.
biggin.
Big Wiggler.
With wings?
Why does
maybe?
everything
Sure.
have to be big?
Why not with wings?
I don't know what'll
All right.
happen.
Yeah.
He attaches by his head, which is nice. I like your guys' idea of giving
Like
us.
holding a
let's
cat.
give ourselves that, and let's give ourselves some fire flowers.
Somewhat of a fighting chance, I guess.
I think we'll be okay, and there'll be 4 of us. We'll be
And
fine.
big-
Big Wiggler is
Yes.
worrisome.
What's interesting here is I think you're going to need to run into the enemies to trigger them so they drop out of the claws, and then you're going to have to backtrack to get back to that first one to swing your way up. So this is going to be really interesting,
Yeah,
unless
well-
you can get your height off of one of those enemies close to the wall.
Yeah, and we'll play with that. And you know what? Let's put it, since we're going to have to come all the way over to the right anyway, let's add a 10 coin over here. Actually, let's make it a 50 coin.
Ooh,
Why not?
Nice.
I've got another coin up here, and then I've got this icicle here. These icicles are awesome. They both aesthetically look
He
look
does
great.
love icicles.
This one is they're also dangerous, so you can, if I were to jump into this, it would not be good. You can also tap and hold
Now
those
we
to
know.
change them to
Falling.
icicles that you can see that it's shaky, and if you get just close enough, it'll drop.
Ooh.
And it'll respawn. And you can do so much with those. If you watch the Invitational,
Yeah.
the final course, we got kind of obsessed with the icicles. You can stand on them. You can use them to kill Bowser. You can do all sorts of stuff. So icicles, yeah, not going to talk any more about them now, but
They're fun.
they're fantastic. And then one more thing I wanted to show off. So this is like a big deal, actually, for people that are really into making courses and aesthetic courses and courses with like rooms that feel well sealed off. So I've got this kind of gross area over to the right where I can see this pipe and this blank spot I forgot to fill in. So as long as I have actually let me pin that ground, tap and hold. So I've got this, as long as I have an unbroken line of ground from bottom to top, I'm gonna make it too wide, even though I don't technically need to. Suddenly, when I drop back into this area, see how now it doesn't scroll over to the right?
Yeah.
It actually seals
Yeah.
it off like it was a perfect sort of barrier there.
Now
Get
it's a
your-
clean end
That's so
level.
cool.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love the
Courses that
scroll
more
stop.
professional look.
Oh, it's so nice. And if you make like doors that go into rooms, it'll sort of seal those off. It's fantastic.
It gives you a lot more control over all of
It's about the
space you've got to work
aesthetics.
within a course as well. What's nice there is really you're just building that full line perpendicular to the direction of movement. So if you were in a vertical sub area, something like this, it would be a single line of blocks just going all the way across the screen from left to right. right, and then you'd be able to accomplish the same goal.
Exactly.
I really like what they do
it's
to
such
this.
a nice tool for
For
creators.
this
and
part
just to
of the
sort
level,
put
I think
that
it's really,
polish that
really
you want.
cool.
So I've got this sub area that we're going to be playing through. It's very bare bones right now, and I'm still in the same theme. That's no fun. Let's get back down to the bottom. It's actually way more fun going down than it was climbing up.
The biggest slide ever.
Beautiful.
So let's mix it up. So we're already in night. So let's see. Maybe we could do. Let's see. What should we do first for night? We could do. One thing we could do is sky.
Looks so fluffy and cheerful now.
Sky is pretty fun because you get sort of this
You float.
floaty
I love the
Anti-gravity.
floating.
half gravity.
Yeah.
I like that
pretty
when you're
good,
changing
but,
themes, it automatically changes
Not
it
quite the
from
right
night to
course
day
design
for you.
the sky. We could do.
Need to go underwater.
Or no,
We could do
sorry.
underwater.
I
and remember,
I,
night is turned
I
on each time
misspoke.
I switch it.
It keeps
so this
it at
is
night, is what I
water
meant. I like that
plus
it keeps it at night.
equals- Ooh, now we're
Oh,
getting,
wow.
Oh, yeah.
now we're getting somewhere.
And this is
Kinda
actually
spooky.
it's a setting I love because certain enemies and course parts actually serve as light sources.
Right.
So you can do some really interesting things if you go underwater at night and then place things that are going to be objects. Maybe you find them, you trigger them to get some light.
That's a good
You could
point,
actually
so-
make yourself a maze where there's tons of stuff around you, but you're not going to be able to tell. So you're going to try to find your path through the course as you go.
That's such a
Yeah.
great point, Sam. So I'm going to go ahead and add a
I really like that you
just to
can
show off what you were
attach
talking
stuff
about.
upside
Hey,
down.
little buddy.
And you can see that that fireball, is actually going to create an extra.
I could see some really devious stuff happening with this setup.
I think it'll actually work better if I'm down there because you can. I want to show off how that kind of has its own light source.
That's so cool.
So you can imagine a level where maybe you're having to follow those. I don't know,
Little
very cool.
fireball.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is actually something that works in the ghost house style as well. So if you're in the ghost house theme and you're in night, you're going to get this same really spooky darkness. You can do some really interesting stuff there.
It's true. There's there's so many combinations. I don't even know where people are going to start when it comes out, but
Who's ready
yeah,
for
just
enemy
pick something
spam and
that
water
inspires you
night?
and go with it.
It would actually be really cute if you had Luigi as
am.
your maker. You could do like a Luigi's Mansion kind of thing where
I love
suddenly
that.
you make
Oh,
a
yeah.
spooky dark Luigi spot.
Well,
Super
speaking of spooky, well, maybe not
spooky.
spooky, but fiery at least. We've got all that
Ooh.
ice up top. So how about we actually switch to fire down here? Let's do the castle. And castle plus night is actually something I don't think anyone's ever seen yet.
It's
No, I
so
don't think
cool.
so. Let's hit it.
Let's see what happens.
Do it.
So, okay, it's in that castle, but okay.
Ooh.
Water
What's happening
and
here?
lava
That's so cool.
chat.
So it's your standard castle, but I'm actually swimming, and I've got lava. And I actually want to show off how this looks in New Super U, just because of the way the lava looks.
I do love because we played with
This
water
one's
levels
really
in
cool
the
'cause the
forest theme
backgrounds
in our
are
last
really
segment
beautiful,
here.
and I just-
the little water
I
level
love
boat
it.
looks really angry when you're dealing with lava. Suddenly he's just not the happy little boat he
Oh,
was.
yeah, look at him.
He is panicking.
That's right. I'm filling this whole chamber with lava.
What are you doing to us, Morgan?
It's going to be fine. Make it go faster. What do you think? Triple speed? Double speed?
Double
Let's
speed.
see maybe what triple speed looks like, but let's
Oh,
not
triple
leave
speed?
it
Okay.
there.
What triple speed
Yeah.
looks like? Okay.
For the sake of science, I'm curious.
Beautiful.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
making 'em
Deal with
pump.
triple speed.
Let's zip back down to the bottom. Okay,
We're going to
so
be our
now,
own worst enemies here.
Okay.
all right, so I'm swimming. Got lava chasing me. That speed actually feels
Look at
kind
the
of
stars.
okay.
The star
For,
in the
for a
background
single
looks so
player
peaceful.
and with no enemies.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, because
okay.
we both
Swim
have collision
faster,
against each other, so we're going to be
do,
do,
bouncing
do,
around the
do,
walls
swim
a bit.
All
faster.
right, let's make it double speed. I appreciate you guys with the restraint. And we're going to go back to Super Mario World because that's how we want to play this final one. And yeah, let's fill up this chamber with some enemies and some coins, and then we can add a clear condition, and then we can play it 4-player.
Okay.
Perfect.
So what do you guys think?
Wiggler.
Oh,
Again?
man.
Always Wiggler.
Kind of, he'll be swimming, though.
Wiggler
so
forever.
We'll
What
see.
about dry bones? Since it's
He
kind
doesn't
Look at that.
of
swim
He's not
very
even
good.
swimming. I'm swimming. Oh, he's...
Oh.
okay,
he's
I like
just
that.
gonna walk.
I
He's
like
trying to
that.
get us
doesn't-
to safety,
ignores
too.
it.
I like that.
He
Wait,
realizes
doesn't
what you've
swim
done to
in
him
the
and what
swimming.
it is, and he regrets
Teresa,
it.
did you say a dry bones?
Yeah, yeah.
I like a dry bones.
Oh, you just passed
Oh.
him. Next
Where
one.
are you, dry bones?
That one.
Put one right there. Right there. I'm going to add some more. What else? Anybody
Maybe
else
some
got
coins. We got to make this worth our while. We're going to suffer in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about
Why?
some Magic Koopas?
Oh,
Why?
no, that's too crazy. What? It causes so much
We can
chaos.
maybe have one Magic Koopa at
He'll
the
start
end.
taking apart the walls. I mean,
Let's have a Magic Koopa.
okay, Magic Koopa.
Okay.
Sam's Magic Koopa.
Yeah.
You've seen what Magic Koopa does? An unchecked Magic Koopa?
So one of the things that's fun in the course creator that we're not going to show off here today, but just to talk about it a little bit, folks, if you're watching, if you take a look at the left side of the screen, there's a little icon next to the Mario's Trail icon where you have two little kind of faces hanging out together.
Yep.
What we could do if we wanted to just kind of kick back and work on a course together is actually swap over to co-op gameplay.
You can tell they
so if we did that, for example, each of us
paid
could take a
attention
Joy-Con
to
and we
the
could actually work together
treating the
to
player
build a course.
fairly.
This is something that I think especially is going to be fun for families who are introducing their kids maybe to Mario Maker for the first time. You could take turns, so maybe somebody wants to take control of coins, and it's like, okay, maybe I'm not ready to build my own course, but I like coins, so while you're building the course, I'm just going to put some coins here.
They paid very
maybe
close
somebody
attention.
wants to focus on enemies, but it's
And
so
chat,
nice that
if
you
you
can
get
work
this
together
game,
and really
you
kind of
will be
practice
watching
the
it.
communication
There will be
skills
a
and have
test.
chance to build something that you can share together.
Totally.
That should be fine.
You were worried about Magic Koopa?
You know, we're
We
going
have
to see
to
what
study,
happens.
yes.
Okay.
All right, I think we're about ready to
Will
play
this be on the
thing,
test?
but
Yes.
As mentioned, I think we'd like to add a course condition to it. So let's go back to the start.
And here what's nice is the conditions will populate based on what you've set in this course. So if we see it here, it's supported by what you've built.
Right.
Yep. Reach the goal without taking damage. That's definitely possible. Reach the goal without land. I don't think that's possible.
And you can
Imagine
only
having
set
to
these
take a
clear
good level
conditions if
creator
you don't
test
have a
before
checkpoint
uploading
left.
stuff. I mean, like, you have to
Otherwise,
take
it's-
a
yeah.
driver
Yes, that is
test
absolutely correct. So
before
we've not added a checkpoint
legally
for that
driving
reason.
a vehicle.
And you can see if we change, so it knows how many enemies we play. So you could do, and we could make it. We have to defeat all 10 Koopa Troopers.
Study
or you could
parties?
make it,
Yeah, you can start a
always
study
make
party
it all or some of, which is
in the
really nice.
Discord.
What do you guys think? We could do an enemy one. We could make it that we have to take out Oh man. Or the
Well, you placed a lot of coins. How about we do the collect
I'm gonna
a
make
certain amount of
levels
coins
illegally.
question?
Wait.
Let's see how many
That's
coins
illegal.
you placed. It should
You
give
can
us
see
a count.
we could do reach the goal holding a shell as Fire Mario. That's
I'm
kind
not
of cool
sure I
too.
want to get a
Yeah.
shell all the way
Challenge
through
it.
Yeah,
that.
thank you for that
I
gift.
do like that you could do it. Yeah, I don't either. Okay, so let's find the coins.
I do like
and you can see
that their clear
it knows we
conditions
placed 155
are
coins. What are you guys comfortable with?
like you
Probably not getting
can't
all
have it
together.
as
Maybe
get
That's right.
100
Maybe-
coins if you've
100?
only got 80
120.
coins.
The
Oh, yeah,
number
that
of
sounds
stars in Super Mario 64.
Oh, I like
Okay.
it. Okay.
Nice shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to hear that music in a moment.
That's true.
So I'm going to go ahead and save this.
That's one of the other things I love about getting to see these new game styles and the night versions of the themes. There's some beautiful music that's been created
Oh,
here.
yeah.
And it feels like it captures the style of those original games, even though for some of the games
Treehouse
that this
Live
game
edit.
is pulling from, there wasn't a snow, there wasn't a desert. So the fact that they've created music that fits in so well is just really enjoyable to play. And some of the night themes are really relaxing, actually, when you
Yeah.
listen to the music.
It's
All right.
almost like getting DLC for a retro game when you get to see all this new art and all this new music for the original Super Mario Brothers.
That's right. So I went ahead and saved the edit we made. I've
Couldn't
got it here
retrieve
loaded up,
uploaded
and we're
courses,
going to go ahead
must
and
not
course
be
spot,
online.
grab it, and then go over to the right. We've got this play together icon. Going to tap that and give us a second while we all
Sink in.
get our Pro
I
controllers
want to be
synced up.
Toadette! Mario.
All right.
Okay,
We
looks
might
like
have only.
synced in.
Did we get 3?
Oh, we only got
no!
three.
I think we only got
Oh,
3.
we can fix this.
Yeah.
Let's go back out.
Let's try
No.
this again.
Do not worry. Whoever's Mario can go
Ooh,
ahead
that
and
music's
So
good.
cute.
I am
pop us
Mario.
out.
All right, hop out of here. And actually, since this is your baby, Morgan, I'm going to let you
Okay,
take
I'll
Mario.
I'll take
who
Okay.
I have here.
Mario.
I love this
I
music.
think this looks like Toadette. Sweet.
So we got 4 of us
Here we
now.
are.
There we
Alright.
go. All right.
I
You
am
guys ready to
Toad.
roll?
Yeah, let's do this.
Thank you.
This is
Should
so
we roll
good. Like,
call?
it's hilarious. This is
Alright,
going to
first
make
is
for a
Toad.
lot
I think I'm
of
Luigi. Yeah,
got
I'm
Toadette.
Luigi.
silly
All right,
things.
you guys wanna do some
Undo dog.
Icy butt slide?
Bye-bye.
Oh, sorry.
Why are you jumping on my head,
no.
Joe?
Sorry.
I'm sliding here.
It's so chaotic.
All right, y'all,
I
come
think
on
it's
down.
great. I can't wait to
We've
bring
already got
this
20 coins.
to
We're
my
doing
mom and
fantastic.
dad's and crush
What
my
did we say?
brothers.
120. That's right.
All right, here we go. All
Thank you.
Cool.
right, so I feel like one of us should go deal with the
Oh, yeah.
Troopa situation.
Oh,
So we don't crowd it.
Somebody
Oh,
get
no,
the
we
shell
died.
moving.
okay.
Okay, Luigi, get the shells moving. Oh, I like it. Yes, safety first.
Oh,
I
sorry.
All right, y'all.
All right,
Wait.
let's try this again.
Wait, it's good. There we go.
Yeah, is everything fine?
For a second, I
wait.
thought Luigi was gonna go and do a shell jump.
Well,
Okay.
Toads are just going to watch the brothers
You
here.
made
It's all
this,
good.
yo, Andy. Thanks for 23 months. You did a good job of making
Okay,
this.
only one.
Luigi.
I'm
Oh,
proud
nice
of
work.
you.
Here I come. All right, we're fine. We're
Actually,
fine.
Andy, we had a level
We're gonna have
from
to take the
you
party train.
earlier.
Hold on,
Okay.
wait,
Oh,
no.
I started. Sorry.
We'll never forget you.
Everybody remain
sorry.
calm. Remain calm.
So we're still in the night
the
snow
snake-
theme. So this thing is really slippery.
Yeah, it has taken on the super slipperiness coefficient.
This
of the,
is going to turn
Y'all are
into a
bouncing.
it's going up. It's going up. It's
Oh,
going
gosh.
Up.
I can't wait for like the
ahead.
stacks of multiplayer where you have to like get something that's like
You guys
super
remember,
high and
we
you gotta
added only
bounce
a
on each
single fire
other.
flower in that, but let's see what happens when we have 4 of us and we only have
Oh,
a.
I triggered it.
What?
Sorry.
Okay.
Look at Mario cheesing up there, just waiting. Waiting for everybody to die
Okay.
before he goes
Go, Mario.
and gets his thing.
Yes.
She's
Yay.
the boss when she's got the fire flower.
Yeah.
Can you pick up other players? Yes.
All right, getting
You
boom,
can
boom,
lift
boom.
other
the boom.
players.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no. Oh no.
The boom boom just like wrecks everybody.
No.
Oh my gosh. All right.
I'm gonna take the
tiny.
safe
I'm going
route.
to stay here. Good luck, guys.
I'm working on him. Oh, you got the wiggler down too.
Sorry.
I love the boom boom. He's all like,
keep going. I'll see you guys
All
no.
right, y'all better get up there.
Oh, thank you for getting that coin.
Yes.
Watch out for the spike.
Oh dang.
Come here, wiggler. No.
I forgot you changed that to one of the ones that
Wait.
drops on you.
I made
Are
it.
we leaving Toadette?
There we go.
Nice.
No, I'm here. I'm good.
Let's go. Let's go.
I did
And
not
just one of us
ask
could made it. Have
crusty
went down the pipe and bubbled
jugglers.
the others, but that's no
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
We all made it.
Oh no.
It's the death
I like how they all come through the pipe
Listen,
and then they all get
everything's fine.
hurt.
There's 4 of us.
Sorry, I think that was my fault.
Okay. Let's swim.
I'm
Keep
tiny
going.
and vulnerable. Somebody go ahead of me.
Okay, I've still got
trying.
a little bit of strength
Oh, and
going.
the fact that
Bye, buddy.
the fact that we just got that flag actually shows that we have cleared the clear condition.
All right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I feel like we
Look what you did, Morgan.
This is all
Dang
your
it,
fault,
I got
sir.
killed by my own magic Koopa.
It's so good.
right.
Oh my goodness.
not
I
again.
can't wait.
I'm trying to stay away from that guy. Oh, he killed him.
Careful, careful.
Luigi's slacking down
I
there.
love you all, but I'm leaving you behind. Sorry.
We
Get outta
definitely
here.
could have set lava. For the record, Sam, we could have set the lava
You're right,
to level
you're right.
3. All right, so I feel like big finish. Maybe we could all line up, get a little spacing, and maybe do one
Okay.
last,
All right, take
one
turns.
last
Let's
slide
go.
together. Everybody line
go.
up on this part. Wait,
Okay.
no. Give a little space. Give a little
Okay.
space.
All right.
Got to get on the slope, though.
All
I
right.
think they only missed one coin.
Oh, hold
Come on,
on.
Toad.
They're good?
Okay, on 3, duck down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
Wee!
Nice finish,
So
guys.
good. So good.
Nice
Magic
work.
was not as bad as I thought it would be. That was all
We
right.
could have probably made it even more dangerous than we
That's
did.
true.
So
That's
it
true.
tells you how
Got
many
time
coins
after
you
this
have
is
when
done,
you go
we
to
can
create
steal the
the
system and go elsewhere.
Yeah.
clear
That's what we're gonna be
conditions.
doing when
In the
game
clear
comes out.
condition thing, it says it
Barely
in
over 2 weeks.
brackets.
This
Yeah,
game
only
will
20
be
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
in
saw
your
that
hands
one.
if you so desire. So.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait.
Unfortunately, that's about all the time we have to torture ourselves by making this.
I hope
harder
they have
right
more
now.
today in the treehouse.
Teresa,
too.
Sam, Morgan, thanks so much for coming up and hanging out. Folks watching, thanks for tuning in. Please don't go anywhere. We are going to be checking out some Elder Scrolls Blades next. Stay tuned.
It's not Mario Maker. Yo, that was good. That was so good. I really love the Mario Maker Treehouse content that they have because it's just so much more in depth on information that I am addicted to, that I'm consuming so much of. Like if it's Mario Maker 2, I'm watching it. I'm hecking all over it. So I love it. So thanks for watching with me today. We even got a little shout out and that felt really good. Thanks, Nintendo. I love you.